Children with autism are very different from one another, and being able to understand as early as possible who needs support, what type of support they need, and when is critical to transform the life of children. The Autism Center at the Child Mind Institute is a hub where clinicians and scientists meet together to try to understand what are the needs of each individual with autism, each child and their parents, by providing the best evidence-based intervention and improving knowledge, increasing knowledge, investing in science. We focus on the brain. We focus on characterizing the brain architectures of individuals with autism and other neurodevelopmental conditions, because the brain offers a wonderful bridge between the behavior, the clinical presentation, and the biology, the underlying biology. And so we do this with advanced cutting-edge approaches that uses non-invasive brain imaging techniques to delineate the network, the architectures of the brain, and develop brain behavior relationships, not only at a given time point, but also prospectively. The ultimate goal is to identify more objective markers of a future outcome for the reasons I described before.
The Autism Center at the Child Mind Institute has comprehensive evaluation services where we provide gold standard evaluations for children who either have or are suspected of having autism or other related neurodevelopmental disorders. And we have evidence-based treatment services that start with children as young as toddlers all the way up through young adults. It's crucial to support parents from the point of their initial diagnosis into treatment, because it really helps bridge the gap into helping the parent understand what autism means for their child and how those symptoms of autism are going to be supported and developed through treatment. And we need to work with the child individually to help them learn those skills, and work with their parent in helping their parent learn how to use specialized approaches in their day-to-day interactions with their child to support the development of those skills.
We use evidence-based manualized curricula. One of them is children's friendship training. Another one we use also is the peers program. And these are social skills programs that are designed for kids who aren't developing those social skills naturally. We deliver these social skills curricula on both the clinical practice side as well as on the research side, and so we're able to collect data related to the efficacy of these interventions. We also know that given the heterogeneity of neurodevelopmental disorders, there are a lot of knowledge gaps and things we don't know about what are the predictors of response with these interventions, so we're able to explore that by collecting the research and the clinical information.
When I first realized Julia was not a neurotypical kid, she was around 17 months old, I brought her to the Child Mind Institute for an evaluation. It took me 2 days or 3 days, and Julia was here being interviewed by them. And then I got the diagnosis in like 15 days. From the beginning, I saw like progress probably in the first 4 months. I would say I saw like a lot of progress. My daughter went from non-verbal to a verbal child. So I feel I owe Child Mind Institute for all the progress that my kid has achieved and for being this lovely kid she is.
The impact that we all have as researchers and clinicians is usually incremental. That is a tiny step at a time. But I think that the work at Child Mind, both in terms of bringing researchers together, providing actual services for kids, and investigating very particular questions about the brain and behavior, will influence our ability to develop treatments and know who they will work for when. And the more we can bring together researchers and clinicians across the world, the better we'll be to try to answer these questions.
The Child Mind Institute is investing in a new generation of leaders in autism research by providing incredible training to postdocs such as myself. I have the opportunity to work in a fully multidisciplinary environment. I have the opportunity to work on research with amazing research scientists, but also with clinicians and others at the Child Mind Institute, such as engineers and analysts, to learn more about autism and progress our understanding in the autism field.
I think the future for people diagnosed with autism is looking better and better. If we think back about what the future prospects looked like for individuals who are diagnosed in the 60s, 70s, 80s, it's very different than what it is now. And I'm always telling parents that. And so that does change what things are going to look like for children with autism or other neurodevelopmental disorders who are getting diagnosed today.